competition each. Giorgio Musso, calciomercato.it. So congratulations for this win. I would like to ask you whether today's victory could be a turning point for Juventus, and how proud are you about the fact that you have beaten such a top coach like Guardiola. Obviously, we're very proud of our performance. That was a great win. So 3 important and interesting points for this competition. And as usual, now we need to recover and start getting ready for the next match, because on Saturday we're going to play another important match. So we must ensure a 200% performance for that match. So if you remember yesterday, I asked you a question about Juventus' character and personality in critical moments. So obviously I would like to praise you for the character and the personality that Juventus has shown. So what about the substitutions? Did they also play a crucial role in that? Well, obviously having strong players that have this attitude that we have always had. Well, that's something that is fundamental for a coach. Well, if we have these players with this attitude, well, the coach will. It's not that fundamental, because I mean they are all strong, very strong players. So actually, the coach doesn't really matter that much. So I would like to congratulate on performance. I mean, I would like to praise all the players, both those who played and also those who were sitting on the bench, and I'm very happy for them. A very strong group that has clearly demonstrated that also in critical moments they can grow and improve and make progress, and so basically they could play the game to finally reach this win that they really deserved. Hello, Tutto Mercato Web. So I would like to ask about Danilo, because he played an exceptional game. Maybe he rather prefers to play more on the left, and basically he won all the duels on Doku, and also the second goal is also the result of his assist. Well, 2 duels, very difficult ones, especially on the flanks against a team that really invites the opponent to close and then to get a sort of advantage in terms of time and space. Well, you know, these one-to-one duels are not easy at all. So both Danilo and Savona really offered a top performance. They really worked very well. Yes, I agree with you. So Danilo really played an excellent match, but I would say the whole team, because it's difficult right now to speak about one single player. I think that all the players worked together very well in the right way, in the right moment. So they were very harmonized and they showed great unity. So I would really like to praise them for their top performance. Matteo Nava, Gazzetta dello Sport. So the last time Guardiola lost against an Italian team was in 2010, and Thiago Motta was a midfielder. So did you give your players some secrets? Did you reveal them some secrets to get ready for this match? Well, actually not, because you know, my players are always super motivated, and sometimes we just need to relieve them of some pressure. So we have a team made up of young players that are extremely enthusiastic. They have great energy, and they have showed they are extremely mature, not only the mind, not just the heart, but also the mind. So they proved that they can work very well all together. So I would like again to congratulate on this performance. Good evening, Luca Cavallero, Football Magazine. I would like to ask you, after such a victory that obviously brings a lot in terms of adrenaline and enthusiasm, so how can you get ready for the next match against Venezia and also for the other matches of the Italian League? Well, basically we'll be preparing matches the same way, because of course now we can enjoy this win, and I think that all the Juventus fans and supporters deserve it. And then tomorrow we'll have to focus on the next match. match. So in 2 days, we'll be playing against Venezia in the Italian league, where we want to, actually, we don't really want to keep the position that we have right now. We actually want to improve, so we need to get ready both mentally and physically in order to guarantee a top performance. We know that we'll be playing against a different kind of opponent, so it's going to be a different kind of match. So we are ready to face it in the right way in order to get the result that we're looking for. Good evening, Marco Bo, Tutto Sport. So how difficult was it for your team to change your skin, so just to leave the pole possession, which is something that usually you don't do? And so were you afraid about Vlahovic's headers, because by 1 centimeter it really, the one by Constantine really didn't get in? So, well, it was not difficult at all, as I said, because we have a very strong and smart players that adapt very well to each situation and also to each specific moment. And with the great qualities of our group, that's something that we can easily do. So basically, we can deal with all these problems. But obviously, clearly, when we play against different kind of teams, we can't do these all the same. So of course, we can do it. Certain things can be done. And certain things that can be improved, and then whether then the ball will get inside the goal or not, it's part of the game. So obviously all players want to score a goal, and then of course there are the opponents, there are situations where we'll let the ball get in or not. And tonight we were able to let the ball get in, because both Dusan and Weston and the whole team really prepared the action very well, and then they finished it properly. And obviously we're very happy because it's a very important victory. Good evening, Gamba Repubblica. I would like to ask you something similar to what the colleague has just asked you. So the different nature of the team tonight, I would say that you have chosen to play that way. So you were not really obliged by Manchester City to do it. So I would like to know whether this kind of attitude can further enrich your team, because I don't think that in your career you have often used this kind of formula against the opponent. So maybe this could be something that could enrich your football culture. Well, of course, it's a kind of enrichment for everyone. And of course, this means that we want to improve. Manchester City, well, this attitude, this approach to Manchester City, yes, it was our choice, but it's also true that they obliged us to play this way, because, I mean, since the coach arrived there, basically they have played that way 90-95% of all the matches. But at the same time, I'm extremely happy and satisfied, because I always point out that playing well means to understand the moment, understand the game very well. So there are many different factors that the players have to understand, and they will have to do all these things together. And they were able to achieve this tonight. Obviously, they will be playing against other matches, against other teams, or probably we have to adopt a different approach. We can obviously improve. There is always room for improvement. Already the next match, that will be a different kind of match in the way we need to approach it in order to, you know, prevail and possibly gain the result that we want. Francesco Bellino, Agenziare. So after this nice victory tonight, and also considering the position in the ranking, have you got the ambition to get among the first 8? Well, the ambition is to do what we want to do. So basically trying to recover as much as we can and guarantee a good performance on Saturday. In January, we have Bruges away match, and then Benfica. And so when we reach that moment, of course, our ambition will be to compete with any teams. So regardless of the teams that will be playing against, our main objective is to offer a top performance, and this is exactly what the opponents also look for. So our ambition is the next match. So we want to be focused on the next match and just do the things that we need to do in order to offer a top performance, and then we'll see all the rest later on. Good evening, Michele Di Biese, su Sport Notizie. So you said that tonight's win brings lots of enthusiasm and the fact that also that lots of injured players are back. So do you think that a new season has just started for Juventus? Well, of course, this victory brings a lot of enthusiasm because already internally, that's a kind, if we have decided to do this job, it's because we want to transmit this kind of emotions to our supporters that once again have brought great energy and excitement, supporting the team and trying to encourage the team to hold on also in critical moments. And obviously, in positive moments like this, we could all share these and enjoy all together. But of course, then we need to be very down to earth and stay humble. So we offered a top performance. We have 3 points in Champions League in 2 days. We have another important match. So we must be extremely focused on that match. And we'll be focusing on every specific moment, one at a time. Good evening, Simone Terna, Eurosport. I would like to ask you, considering all the difficulties that you have gone through so far, all the injuries and many other problems, so how much are you satisfied of the work that you have carried out so far? So how much do you feel that your idea of football is now getting into your players' head? Well, my satisfaction is not really my idea about football. My satisfaction depends on the level that we need to have to reach in a club, in a team like ours. So Juventus has achieved a lot and in the past, and now we are in a different situation. We also have a different philosophy, and we always want to have this feeling, that is the fact that we can compete with any kind of opponents. So don't think that I'm really obsessed with my playing style or my game. I just focus on the single moments, on the teams, on the players. I want to make sure that the players can get on the beach and on the pitch, and they can do what they want. And just to give all the emotions as they have done tonight. So once again, I would like to congratulate on their performance, and that's where my satisfaction comes from. Then all the rest is absolutely relative. The last 2 questions.
Benjamin, Canal+, est-ce que vous me permettez la question en français? Pour un Français, justement, Pierre Calolou, qu'est-ce que vous pensez de lui et de sa progression cette saison?
No.
La progression de Pierre, c'est une progression normale et je le vois très bien, pas d'aujourd'hui. C'est quand il est arrivé, c'était un garçon qui je connaissais un peu en regardant les matchs qu'il a fait dans son dernière équipe, contre moi aussi, parce qu'on l'a affronté avec différentes équipes. Depuis qu'il est arrivé, c'est un garçon qui nous a aidés énormément, qu'il soit sur le terrain, qu'il soit dehors le terrain. Qu'il soit sa façon de jouer, mais qu'il soit son comportement, son attitude dans le collectif. Un garçon qui a une certaine expérience déjà, il a joué pas mal de matchs en Champions League, qui nous a apporté aussi cette expérience dans des matchs importants. Mais son énergie, la positivité, jouer à droite, jouer à gauche, jouer comme défenseur central à droite, à gauche. Il y a des moments qu'il fait le latéral gauche, mais toujours bien, convaincu de son potentiel, de la force qu'il a. Et en pensant à l'équipe, c'est difficile aujourd'hui trouver, mais on a beaucoup de joueurs comme ça qui ne pensent pas à soi-même, qui pensent à faire de bien, mais de bien le collectif. Et Pierre, il fait partie des garçons comme ça. Et je suis très content, très heureux, fier de l'avoir dans notre côté aujourd'hui. Il faut l'aider parce qu'il joue beaucoup de matchs, il n'y a pas de repos. C'est un garçon aussi professionnel qui fait toutes les choses qu'il faut faire pour rester propre et aller sur le terrain. Et on est content de l'avoir de notre côté.
Merci beaucoup.
Simeone Rossi, Corriere della Sera. Ciao.
Nerozzi, Corriere della Sera. Before you said that Manchester City also obliges you to play in a certain way. So tonight you had a lower defense. So with Doku and Bernardo Silva, they really managed to break through. But with Danilo, Locatelli and Gatti, you could really intercept balls with aerial play. So do you think that the players tactically and technically were better in their positions, or probably they had a better mental strength in order to achieve this? Well, these interceptions that you said, well, obviously when you have a lower defense, obviously there is less space, and that's pretty normal. So the players were really excellent, both in keeping the positions and also helping each other. But we can't always play games like these. There are some games that we have already played and that will probably be playing in the future as well, where we need to open more, where we need to also take more risks as part of the game. But what really matters is to be able to really hit the opponent and trying to limit those moments where that might give scoring opportunities to the opponent. This is exactly what we need to do. But obviously the next match will be different, and we need to adapt. And we might take more risk, but we have all the capacities to do it. So tonight we had the right approach, and we'll try to also find the right way to play also on Saturday. Yes, just the last one. So do you think it was a kind of test that you have made? So today was a kind of testing which was quite succeeded, because you have never really played a game like this, a match like this. So what do you think? Well, in some cases, we played with such an approach, with such an attitude. Well, obviously, it depends also on the opponent. And, you know, today, playing against Manchester City, we had to play against them today, but maybe in the future we'll have to play in a different way. Other teams, when we played against them, yes, sometimes we were open. In other moments, we were actually more close at the back. And it's part of the game. It really depends. So if you are able to kind of cheat or trick the opponent, we'll probably win. So we have the capacity to do it, and we have clearly showed it tonight. So we are able to do many different things, and when you are able to do so many different things, obviously you become more unpredictable, and so you become stronger and stronger. But as I said, now we need to recover and focus on the next match, and obviously keep a top performance also for the next match. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.